Hey guys, it's Alec Torelli. Welcome back to the show where I take your questions and answer them here in quick, short videos. Today's question comes from Arthur from Scottsdale, who asks, why can't I motivate myself to make necessary life changes? How do I do it? And what is the first step? This is a great freaking question. I love this one. I'm pumped up about this one because I've thought about this a lot and I've experimented with this a lot in observing my own behaviors and patterns to understand how to stay motivated to do things. The truth is that I'm human. I don't always get up and feel like doing the things that I know are going to make me in the best shape and the best physical condition possible to have the best day, right? I believe good days are engineered, they're not had. And I have a long list of things I do every single day that gets me ready to kind of start up the engine to have the best day possible, to be the most productive, to be the happiest, to be the best person I can be, the best husband I can be, whatever it is. And it involves a lot of things. It involves everything from how I'm going to eat, my diet and my regimen, to working out, to meditating and journaling. And there's not always, if you want more information, you can search on alectorelli.com for the 10 best morning routines, or the best morning routines and rituals. You'll find what I do to start my day every day. But I'm not always motivated. Makes me motivated is the action of doing it. It's not like what makes me motivated is, most people think that motivation comes first and then you take action. So you're like, it's almost like you're sitting there on this chair like, you know, when's the motivation gonna strike? Okay, boom, now I'm motivated. Like I got struck by lightning and now I'm gonna go take action to start my business or get in shape or write my book or learn a language, whatever it is, right? But the truth is that motivation happens when you see progress in something. And you guys have known this from the things you've done. Think about this. Let's say you're trying to learn a language, or you learn a skill, or you're trying to get in shape. In the beginning, you're never really that motivated. Sure, you want it. You want the outcome, but usually you're not motivated necessarily to go through the pain and the process of getting there. But what happens the first time that you come back from the gym, usually after 2 weeks, and you start to see, oh wow, I feel better. I see my results. I see my stomach coming in. I see the pounds coming off. I'm feeling great. Then you get motivated. You get motivated because action precedes motivation. Because it's when you take action to do something and then you see the results of that action that you start to become motivated. So the way to get motivated is to force yourself to go through the motions until the motivation comes. And on days that you're not motivated, even if you are going through the motions, you keep fucking going through the motions. Because some days some days it's easy. When I'm getting up and I'm exercising and I'm eating healthy and I'm on the train going towards where I want, it's easier to stay on the train. But even some days I feel like getting off, but what do? I just keep going. And when I'm not on the train, it's hard to get back on, so you gotta just do it until you feel it. And that's why getting off the train is so much harder than just staying on, because the action of getting back on is the hardest part. But once you're on, it's easy to just be on cruise control. It's easy because you've put so much effort in behind you that you don't want to give that up and sacrifice that to let it down for a single day of indulgence or whatever it is, or just laziness, right? So if you've spent the last 2 to 3 weeks eating well every day to get in your fitness goals, or writing every day to complete your book, or studying every day to learn a language, you're not going to want to just take a day off, not because it's hard to get back on, but because it undermines the work that you've put in so far, that sweat equity. So the best way to build up motivation is to build up that sweat equity that can't be bought. You know, you can't buy health at the store. You have to earn it through your diet and your lifestyle and your sleep and your stress and your exercise. And those are all things that are earned. And when you've put in that work to earn it, you don't want to give that up easily. And now you're motivated. So there are some hacks that you can do that kind of cheat getting into the motivation, right? Because you're like, well, I'm still not motivated and action precedes motivation, but how do I get motivated to take the action to get to the motivation, right? And there are a few things that I've found that work really well. Number one is to set a goal. And it's to set a goal that would be meaningful to you if you hit it. Too many people set realistic, dumb bullshit goals like, you know, I want to lose 3 pounds, 5 pounds, because it's realistic. But we're losing, like, if you're 40 pounds overweight, losing 5 pounds doesn't mean shit. You want to lose 40 pounds because you're 40 pounds overweight. Those are goals that are, to me, worth doing. So I set a goal that would mean I would be super excited about it if I hit it, because that gives me the motivation to take action on the first day, knowing that, okay, tomorrow I'm getting up and doing cardio for 20 minutes on an empty stomach because I'm going to have six-pack abs, not because I'm going to be 5 pounds less and 35 pounds overweight instead of 40. It's like, who gives a fuck? Right? So it's about making a goal that's really inspiring. Then it's about tricking yourself. So let's keep going with the analogy of exercising to get in shape because you have the goal of having a six-pack. So I would do a few things. One is I would leave out my workout clothes the night before next to my bike, or with my shoes next to my keys and my water bottle and my towel next to the front door, so that the second I get up, I walk to the front door, put on my clothes, and walk out the door and go on a run. So it's about hacking your system so that you don't have to feel the motivation. You're on autopilot. All you have to do is get up and get to the door. You don't have to choose what you're gonna wear, find the motivation to go out and figure out whether or not you're gonna exercise or what type of workout you're gonna do or what time you're gonna work out. Boom. All I have to do is get up and get my ass to the door because everything is on autopilot for me to go on a run. So things are planned out ahead of time so that everything is easy, so that you can get to the point where you're taking the action to build up the motivation. The second thing I do, aside from automating as many parts of my life as possible to get me in the shape I want to be in or to get me to the goal I want to reach, is to make lists about micro things I need to do to reach the macro. So if my macro goal is to, lose 15 pounds or to write a book, I'll say, okay, I want to write a book. What I need to do is I need to reverse engineer what that means. It means I have to write 300 pages. Each page takes me a half hour to write. So I need to write for 150 hours, which is, 20 hours a week. So I need to write for, 3 hours a day, every day. Okay, that's not possible. So I'm going to take 12 weeks and write for an hour and a half a day. Okay, I need to write for an hour and a half a day. How am I going to find an hour and a half a day to write? Okay, I'm going to get up an hour and a half earlier, and then I'm going to write down on my to-do list, which, is here. I have my to-do list. What are the things I'm going to do? And on the top of my to-do list, I'm going to literally write down, wake up at 6 a.m., hot water with lemon. That's the first thing I do. Meditate, and then write. And then I'm going to write down the times that I'm going to do the activity that I want to do that help me reach my goal. So I'm going to say, okay, 6 o'clock, wake up, 6:05, hot water with lemon, 6:10 to 6:30, meditate, 6:30 to 7:30 or 6:30 to 8, I'm going to write. And while normally I would get up at 7:30, I'm going to get up at 6 so that I have that extra hour and a half, write down my schedule ahead of time so that it's planned out what I'm going to do. And also I find that writing out your schedule kind of makes it real, it makes it tangible, it makes it like transpired from an idea to a reality. And then that also gives you accountability, like knowing that, and one thing you could do that really helps is use coach.me to have accountability with a coach. It's not about the coach, it's about the accountability. Or start a little WhatsApp or Telegram group with friends, or like a little Instagram group where you are telling people about your goals and there's accountability if you're not reaching them. So the accountability doesn't have to be money. It could be like $20 to, the loser pays for dinner once a week or whatever. It's not about the money. It's about losing a bet to a friend whose opinion you value more than the money. So it's about the accountability and not wanting to lose. It's about what Freud says is running from pain. And we run towards pleasure and run from pain. So you're running from the pain of having your friend calling you a jackass for losing or being lazy or being a dickhead or whatever it is. And so those little hacks, I feel like, help start and cultivate the action which precedes the motivation. I hope you like this video. If you do, subscribe to my channel, click up here. That lets me know that you love this content. Like it and leave it a comment below with your thoughts. I'd greatly appreciate that. Most importantly, share it with someone that you think would benefit. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for watching my channel. Cheers.